Hey everyone, welcome to another update for the Little Heroes charity and Fair Sparks book. Today I'm talking to you from a hotel room because this is the day after True Believers Comic Con, and I'm going to do a whole video on that as a whole coming up shortly, but just a quick rundown. Amazing convention, amazing people, great start to the convention season, and I would highly recommend anyone, any time of the every year, to come to True's, which is usually at Cheltenham. This year it's in the Jury's Inn Hotel, which is where I'm staying, which is the room. Very nice place. But for this week's updates, let's start beginning. So we've done a lot of work on a new book we have coming out called Little Toe in the Quest for the Warmth. And as you can see from the art that's on the screen now, it's a beautiful book. Stunning illustrations from Mike Dabro. And it's going to be our first book that is actually a chapter book with illustrations. So we're very interested to see how that's going to come out. We're looking at having an A5 size book for that one. The story follows a young Bigfoot who's called Little Toe. And as he travels around the forest trying to find out a way to keep warm. So it has a lot of great humour, a great world being built around it. And it's suitable for all age children who can read chapter books. And Mike already has 2 more books in the works and a 4th one he's toying around the idea with, so it looks like we could have 4 books in this season, so that's really exciting for us. And then we have Gideon Moss, and as you know, the Kickstarter is still going. By the time this probably goes, there will only be like 1 day left, but we're very close to the target, so any help anyone can give on pushing that over the 850 mark would be highly appreciated. Remember, you get all 4 of the first issues collected into a nice trade back, but also for a limited time, which you can only get on the Kickstarter, we're obviously giving you the opportunity to get a hardback to collector's edition. But alongside that, we've been working on the Gideon Moss issue 5, so all the artwork's in, it's just been prepped and ready for the printers, and it's just been signed off for the final proof. So we've put a little update out to the Kickstarter backers and said, if you also increase your pledge by another £2.50 and let us know, we'll throw that comic in as well. So you get the nice collected issue of 1 and 4, and then you'll get a nice trade of the issue 5 when it comes out. The last thing I'd like to talk about is we should spend a lot of time trying to figure out the best way to get our comic making kits cheaper for the charity. If you've followed us for a period of time, you'll know that it can take anywhere from like £6 to £11 to make our kits, because of the quantity that we make them in is quite small. For example, our last year we only made 1,000 comics, so that cost per unit was high. We want to work on getting that lower. Part of that is working with manufacturers rather than individually sourcing components and putting it together ourselves. So something I've been looking into a lot this week is actually reaching out to different manufacturers in different locations, in different varied locations around the world, to see how we can get that cost down. Because if we can take that from £11 to even £2, we can help 5 times more children, and our costs for being able to run the charity is going to be a lot lower. So over the next couple of months, I'm going to be reaching out, getting quotes, trying to find out research on companies, because obviously we're a child focused charity, so we want to make sure that any off-site manufacturing companies that we use are child protection. So yeah, that's really exciting, but that is also enabling us to do something we've always wanted, and it's something that you guys have always asked for, and that's us being able to sell the kits to you for your children. And of course we want that because we want our brand out there for recognition, and we want people to know what Little Heroes is, and we want kids to be excited when they get those kits, and parents to feel comfortable that what they're getting is from someone they know about. So us getting out there and into the hands of everyone is helpful. And because if we can get that, the thing is, if we can get that cost right down, we can make sure that when we're selling to you guys, we can make sure that all that profit goes straight into the hospital for the kids. So if we sold them for £8-10, you'd know that you'd have £6 going straight into the kits that would be going to the kids, and helps us focus the charity and build that charity. So not only do we start giving kits to children, we start going in and bringing comic creators in and doing workshops to children in hospitals and places like that. So it's really exciting, and we really can't wait to see how this turns out, and I want to bring you guys on that journey as well. So once I have more information on manufacturers and factories and stuff like that, because obviously we'll probably have to go out and visit a factory in order to make sure that, again, there's no hidden layers to what's going on behind the scenes. So I'll obviously want to bring you on that journey too. And that's it for this week, because obviously we had True Believers at the end, and that is something I want to do as a whole story altogether. So watch out for the next video coming. There's going to be 2. I'm just going to do a little time lapse of the journey up there, the little a journey walking around the convention before all the public arrived, so you could see all the stands. And then I'm going to do another video where I'm going to be talking to some other creators about the conventions in general. The first part of the video is going to just be me talking about, is it financially viable for a business to do a convention? I'm going to talk you through the figures of what it costs us to come up to True Believers and for us to table and do work. And then we're going to talk to other creators, some who are very successful at selling at convention. As usual, please like and subscribe to the video. It helps us go a lot way of getting up those YouTube algorithms, and by subscribing it means you're going to get updates and notifications when we go live with these videos. So thank you again for joining me on this journey, and if you have anything you want me to talk about during these videos, or any videos you'd like me to cover in the future, make sure you leave a comment down below, and I'll speak to you next time. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.